Good morning, Dog Pound South campers. This is the Cleveland Browns Dog Pound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, part of the Fans First Sports Network. Well, preseason game number two, and it was fun to watch. I mean, I know they're only preseason games, but after last year's dismal effort, and like I said last week, there were only about three games that were fun to watch. The rest were just like, I'd rather go do yard work, but or shovel snow or whatever wherever you live. But again, it's nice to have a competent offense. Before I get into the game, let me clean up some news and notes from what I've heard, what I've been told concerning Isaiah Bond and Quinshon Junkins. Isaiah Bond, the Browns do not expect. You're probably wondering why neither one is signed. Well, the Browns are waiting for the league office to see if any penalties are going to be imposed. On Bond, they don't expect any penalties whatsoever. On Judkins, they are optimistic that there won't be any penalties because the Browns are going to require him to have counseling. So that's where it stands now. As soon as they hear from the league office, both will be signed and both will join the team. I don't know why the league is dragging their feet. It's the NFL. They, when it comes to the Browns, they enjoy dragging their feet. Okay, let's get to the game. Now, I didn't watch it live. I had work to do, but when I got back to the house, there it was on YouTube, the entire game. So I got to watch the replay of it with Joe Thomas and Chris Rose. Thank you. So I'm just going to say, for all the people out there who are Sanders fanboys, and I'm not talking about Browns fans. Browns fans are going to pick their guy. It's an honored tradition to be an NFL fan, especially a Browns fan, especially when it comes to quarterbacks. But there are fans out there of Shedeur Sanders, and they are annoying as hell. And like I said, I'm not talking about Browns fans. They're not Browns fans. They're fans of Shedeur Sanders, and they are annoying as hell on social media. Get a life, people. This is the NFL, okay? You can whine and cry all you want, but the decision comes down to the Browns front office and most importantly, Kevin Stefanski. Did Shedeur Sanders play well as a week ago Friday? Yes, he did. He's very athletic. You can actually watch him learn while the game is going on. Yesterday, you saw Dylan Gabriel and showed why he is more advanced than Shedeur Sanders. Ran the offense very efficiently, got the ball out quick, good footwork, very accurate. And I've told you this several times. My big pet peeve is getting to the line of scrimmage so you can read the defense and let the offense get into their motions. 15, 16 seconds. I think the worst one was 12 seconds by the time they came up the line of scrimmage. That's ideal. That means he has a grasp, a very good grasp of the offense, can get the players in the huddle, communicate to them what they're going to run, and get them to the line of scrimmage so he can read the defense. Was he perfect? No. That interception was partly on him and partly on Devontae Johnson. What the hell he was doing over there in the same space as the other receiver, and he knew it. After that was picked off, you could see him stand there with his arms down like, oh, what did I just do? But Dylan Sampson's got to realize, Dylan Gabriel's got to realize he's got to throw that ball away. Now for the fumble, usually fumbles you can blame on both parties, the running back and the quarterback. But ultimately, it's the quarterback's responsibility to make sure he hands the ball securely in that one split second to the running back. So, yes, that one was on him. Totally on him. But he, like I said, just like Sanders, Sanders had good moments, bad moments. Dylan Gabriel, good moments, bad moments. Led him on 3 scoring drives. I was very impressed how after each turnover, he got back in the game and led him on scoring drives. He didn't let it affect him. He didn't let it get into his brain. I would have loved to seen him come out in the third quarter and start the third quarter, but I understand he's dealing with a hamstring. We got to make sure these quarterbacks are healthy for game 1. So, and also for the preseason game in Cleveland, where I hear they're going to have selected starters playing. So that's good. So all you guys that are whining and crying that they don't play starters, they're going to play some starters in game 3. It's the home game. Why not? So as for the game itself, let's talk about that after this break. All right, we're back thanks to Hemisphere Coffee, where they shake the hands of the farmer. Okay, overall, offensively, I don't see how Gage, LeVar and the Davis kid, I don't see how they do not make this team. Caden Davis. You notice that they were returning punts and kicks and not DeAndre Carter. I've heard that his spot on this roster is not secure. If they can get away with putting either one of those guys on the 53-man roster instead of him, they will do it. I know he comes in with great credentials, but they did well. They did very well for undrafted rookie. Well, Davis isn't an undrafted rookie free agent. He was with the Broncos. But still, they did well. Excuse me, I have to drink some coffee. After the excellent showing by the special teams last week, they were a little more average this week. They still have another game to get those things worked out. On the other side of on other things in the offense, man, they can run the ball. I see no problem with the running game. I don't know if Pierre Strong's going to make this roster. It depends on Judkins. But Amari Marshall is making a strong case. Kid runs with a vengeance. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Like I said, with the running backs, DeAndre Carter's not secure yet. I don't know about Deontay Johnson. He has looked great in practice, but for some reason, he just screams, "Cut me" during games. It's a head scratcher. We had a Cedric Tillman sighting. Hey, how about that? Also, the offensive line. Still problems with the guards. Zach Sinter and Luke Whippler played a little bit more down to earth this week, but I'm still confident that he's going to be your backup center and your future center next year. They still need a guard. Keep an eye on Lorenzo Thompson. He's been practicing well and playing well. He could unseat Tavon Jenkins or Zach Zinter. So just keep an eye on that. But other than that, the offensive line did well. There were a few too many penalties, but that's okay. I mean, preseason, there wasn't like there was 13 or 14. I liked how Gabriel managed how they managed first and second down to give the team an opportunity to convert third downs, manageable third downs. That's what you want, especially after last year. My God, tired of 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15. So all in all, he played well. The only way it can break down the quarterbacks is Gabriel is farther along in processing the offense, and Sanders is more athletic and is willing to learn and takes learning extremely well. So you have 2 rookie quarterbacks who could play in the NFL. I don't know what's wrong with that. After years of not having a quarterback, you have the potential to have two quarterbacks that are going to be NFL ready. I'm good with that. Defense, yikes. Eagles had 88 total yards on offense. Oh my God, I don't know how they're going to make cuts to this defensive line. I mean, they are deep. After not seeing Shelby Harris in the first game, he comes in, gets a pressure, plays well. Aiden Huntington is still my odds-on favorite to make this team, and they didn't even play Mason Graham and Carson Schlesinger. This defense is going to be lethal. My only problem with the defense and the linebackers, I'm completely happy with the linebackers. We still don't know if Devin Bush is going to get suspended, but I'm fine. They played extremely well. And we're waiting on Diabate to find out what his injury is. Hopefully he'll play in the last preseason game and be ready for the season opener. Mike Hall is still working out inside during practices. They're being very cautious with him, but they do say that he will be ready for the season opener against Cincinnati, which makes this defense even more dangerous. My only problem is Cam Mitchell. Cam Mitchell has been used and abused by second and third stringers 2 weeks in a row. 2 touchdowns allowed. The Panthers, and the only offensive touchdown by the Eagles. That was his man. I don't know what his problem is. He's played well the last couple of years, but man, they've got to find somebody to take over the slot. Miles Harden did well. I like Nick Needham. He's like a corner safety. He's better than Cam Mitchell. So I would fully expect them to check out the waiver wire when cutdown day comes, and they need somebody. I'm sorry. Every year I see things in preseason that I don't like. A couple years ago it was Tommy Togiai. I liked him coming out of Ohio State, but he was a wasted pick. And then Ika Sika was another wasted pick. But, Jim Schwartz wanted him. Cam Mitchell, he should not make this roster. I'll just put it to you this way. And I like him, but he shouldn't make this roster. So that's about it for today. I thank you for joining me on this early Sunday morning. This has been the Cleveland Browns Dog Pound South podcast, part of the Fanatical Elves Network, part of Fans First Sports Network. I'd like to thank you for watching, following, subscribing, and listening. And like I always say, we're Browns fans just like you. So everybody have a great Sunday. Enjoy your this preseason win, and that's all it is. It's practice, people. It's just practice. And don't let the annoying people on social media convince you of something that is not true. So everybody have a great day, and go Browns.